don't want that one. We want this one and
make sure you switch the name.
I did, yeah. Oh, yeah. All right, what's up, Turtle Riders? We out there just gonna do a quick mic check. Can you guys hear me all right? All right, let's see. Let me check in the comments. See where we're at here.
Shit's loading.
Oh, I get to watch a commercial. At least we got that. All right, can you guys hear me all right? The mic sounding all right? And Bret, can people hear you? Say hello to the peeps, Bret.
508.
Yeah.
Can you hear me now?
All right, so let's get this party started. Let's do it.
Can you hear me now? 508. 508 is where I'm from. 508 is where I'm from. 508 is where I'm from. See where I'm from, we don't use no gas and burners. We don't rip no corners. We're straight money earners. Put you to seat, make your whole family mourners. When we're done with you, they're gonna have to pick your ass up at the corners. Me and my crew will hit you with that right left. Leave you toothless, yeah, cause we're ruthless, yeah, that's some true shit. You don't wanna mess with cheddar in this camp. We left you cats in the ambulance. Yeah, food stamps, leave your clothes bloody and damp. Then we're scooping up your tramps. 508, where I'm from. 508 is where I'm from. 508 is where I'm from. See, I'm repping that medicine place media. My producer Gio likes the way I flow like an encyclopedia. Whack cats are on me like bad bacteria. That they get attracted from a dusty free large cafeteria. Central Mass is where I reside, where you can't run and hide. I can verify that we're statewide, leave you horrified because you're unqualified. I'm just glad I survived. Time for me to put it.
All right. All right, we live. I'm told that slow chat is on right now. How do I change that? I got Turtle Driver in the comments telling me that. Can you guys do that? Can Turtle Driver do that? Let me see.
Oh, do y'all still got the 14 admins on for this show too? Or
well, yeah. I mean, I got a few. I mean, if admins can admins do that? I'm still kind of learning YouTube.
I have no idea.
What's he say? He says turn off slow chat. What the hell is slow chat? Do you know? Seems kind of fast to me. Let me see.
It's something that was on during her podcast where you can only comment once every 60 seconds.
Oh, for real? Is it on with me too?
Yeah, it says at the bottom that it is.
It is? Okay. So how can I fix that?
Settings in advanced.
Oh, so go over here, settings.
And advanced.
On YouTube or on this OBS? It wouldn't be on this.
On YouTube. Yeah.
On YouTube, okay.
Or on the dash specifically.
On the dash?
Them 3 dots.
Okay.
You have that 3 dots in the top of your chat section?
Of the actual video we're watching right now? Of the video we're on? Hold on, let me go to it. I don't want people to miss out on the fun here.
508.
He's removing it for... Okay, so it's being taken care of. All right, cool. All right, awesome.
You, Edward.
All right, so what's up, Turtle Riders? Welcome to the show. Let me just turn this off, the sound.
He's removing it for... Okay, so it's being taken care of. All right,
man, I got the echo going on. Huh? All right, let me turn this light off, too.
All right, so what's up? I use no Indian accent.
All right, Turtle Riders, so we're ready to rock here now. All right, so before we get started, just a reminder, folks, that this episode of the Turtle Boy Live Show is brought to you by our good friends over at Garage Doors Plus in Quincy. If you're in the market, guys, for a new garage door for whatever reason, if you have an older garage that, you know, you basically use the garage as your storage facility for all your old crap and your Google trophies from the glory days or whatever, it's time to get with the times. Time to upgrade your garage completely transform your property, increase its value, give our friends at Garage Doors Plus in Quincy a call. You can find them online at gdplus.com. And on there, you can just go right on there and give them a buzz. They'll come over that day. They will give you a estimate that is so fair it will blow your doors off, no pun intended. You're probably going to hire them on the spot, and they're going to install this whole system that day. It's going to change your life. You're going to get a nice little clicker. You're going to press the button. The clicker's going to go. Garage door is going to go up. Boom. Press it. Garage door goes down. The best way to support Turtle Boy is to support our advertisers. So seriously, if you're in the market for that, go to Garage Doors Plus in Quincy, give them your business, and make sure, most importantly, that you tell them that Turtle Boy sent you. All right, because they love to know they're getting return on investment. So, all right, so with that stated, how we like to start off every episode, folks, is with a little thing called roll call. So let us know in the comments right now, where you repping? Where you watching the live show from right now? Go ahead.
You skipped the whole, and me and Bret and da-da-da.
Oh, yeah.
Skip that whole.
Oh, yeah, it's me and Bret. So that you guys, they know that by now. No rookies, yeah.
Yeah, by the way, it's us.
All right, Westminster's in the house. Foxborough, Warren, Rhode Island. That's a new one. Alpine, Texas. Gardner, Worcester, Rochester, New Hampshire. Excellent. That's home of Tony DeYoung. Plymouth is in the house. Tucson Turtles here. Norton's here. California. Kind of a big state. We're in California. Oklahoma's in the house. Excellent. That's one of Bristol's new people. Braintree's in the house. West Springfield, Woburn, Tewksbury, Alabama. That's a new one. Taunton's in the house. Dennis is in the house. Let's see. Oregon's in the house. Man, we're all over, dude. Every week there's new states in there. Southbridge, West Bridgewater, Putnam, Connecticut is in the house. Osaka, Japan. You got to be kidding me, right? Osaka, Japan. They're fucking with us. I-93 South. Canton's in the house. Peebles, Ohio. Another Ohio. South Carolina. Manchester. Let's see. New York. Lynn, Conway, Australia, mate. Good day, mate. Pennsylvania, Myrtle Beach, Dartmouth. Man, it's all over the place here. Reading, another Southbridge, Arlington, another Oregon, Buffalo, Oklahoma. I thought there was one Buffalo is enough, thank you. Jesus, there's two Buffaloes? That's a problem, Bret.
Yeah, no, I wonder if they're as dumb in that one.
No, they're probably smart there. They know not to live in the middle of like the most snow infested city in the world, like just the worst place to ever exist is Buffalo, New York. Paxton, Mass, New Jersey, Peabody, Canton, Louisville, Kentucky. Jesus, we're not kidding. Denver. Cali, another Cali. Edgartown's in the house. Vineyard Turtle, I like that one. Foxborough, another one. Attleboro, Peabody, excellent. New Jersey, Oaxaca. What the hell is Oaxaca? Weymouth, Wisconsin, another Alabama, San Francisco. Holy shit. They're just coming in one after another here. So if I missed you, I apologize. But we got to get the show started. And let's get it started, Bret, shall we? So the first topic I want to talk about tonight is the one out of Peabody that we had on the agenda last week, but I didn't go to because I told you there was going to be an update on it. So if you recall, there was a story that only thepatch.com wrote about for some reason, which I thought was odd because it seemed like a juicy story that they'd like, and the media would like. And it's about this guy who is a John Doe who is suing his former teacher, who is a cougar herself. Her name's Lynette Achapacante or something like that, something crazy. And he went there in 1999 to 2003. And he alleged, Bret, that he got his dinky wet by her after he got hooked up with her because she was supposed to be his tutor. He's a short bus kid, I guess. And he gets there and for some reason, he says that she brings him to the house. She lets him use the tanning bed, which for some reason is in her house, and brings him to parties. They do cocaine together. She's the cool teacher. That's the way he makes it sound. And why is he suing, almost 20 years later? Well, he says he's like a fucked up junkie now. His life is ruined. And it's all because of her. Now, before we even discovered who John Doe was, what were your thoughts about this, Bret?
Well, seen, you remember that Stetson place?
Yes, the Stetson School in Barry.
A couple
Yes,
times.
Of course.
That I was at for a couple years.
Yeah.
Well, when I was there, when I was like 15, I was fucking my 32-year-old counselor.
How old? You were 15?
Like, 15, yeah.
So you were raped?
Yeah, I guess that's what they say now.
Okay, yeah, I guess that's, you don't feel raped, though.
No, and this is how this is 100 years ago. Well, 1985.
Okay.
And it's, swear to God, my stepmother told me that when the school contacted my parents about it,
mm-hmm.
My stepmother wanted to sue the state. And my father was like, no, you're not suing anyone.
How'd they find
this
out?
Is one of the only times I've ever been proud of him.
Oh, what? Your dad said that? He was...
Yeah.
What?
Swear to God. Swear to Christ. I'm not even fucking kidding.
He was proud of you. He probably wouldn't have said that if it was the other way around. If you were a girl and it was a male teacher.
If I was, yeah, absolutely. There's that whole, backwards.
I want to hear more about this, quite frankly. I find this fascinating. So how did, like, this woman seduce you? How did that work out?
I don't remember, for some reason, I don't remember that part, like how it started.
Yeah.
But I remember, because my bus home, I was staying with my mother. So on weekends, if you'd behaved and your family wanted to, you could go home.
It sounds like, quite frankly, a lot of the things we've read about the Stetson School in Barry, you can go home whenever you want, because kids are just leave that place all the time, and it just, like, puts the whole town...
I used to break out at night and come back in the morning. And they wouldn't know.
Yeah.
Or we just break out and be on the run for a few days and then come back when we felt like it.
Yeah.
Just take fun.
Yeah. So who is it?
We ran amok out there.
Was the teacher hot?
Yeah, I mean, she wasn't my teacher. She was my counselor, which I guess made it work. So whatever.
So it was 85.
Yeah, like sessions and shit like that.
Sessions,
She was 30 years old. Yeah, like your counseling sessions.
Yeah,
hey,
okay.
how you doing this week?
So she's in her 60s now.
Instead of like talking about school, I'd like suck on her tits and shit.
How'd that happen? Like, you don't remember the first incident, the first time?
I don't remember. It's like the first time.
I feel like that's all you remember.
It started because my bus to Providence left way, like, hours after all the other kids' buses would leave.
Wait a minute. You took a bus from Providence to Barry?
No, from Barry, from Stetson. If I was going home for the weekend, they had to bring me to the Worcester Greyhound station.
Oh, okay.
And I'd take a bus from Worcester to Providence.
I can't keep track of your life. You should write a book or something.
So, that's what you do.
Yeah.
And usually it was a van, and you dropped all these little savages off at once with their bus tickets because they all left close together.
Uh-huh.
Mine didn't.
Yeah.
So I had to be driven by a staff member like hours after.
Uh-huh.
And she would all volunteer.
Yeah.
Next thing you know, I'm fucking her in the woods and shit. She's buying me Iron Maiden cassettes and cigarettes.
Iron Maiden. So this is like a romance. She knew your heart was through Iron Maiden or Slayer.
We were supposed to. No, Slayer wasn't a big thing back then.
Okay, not yet. Okay, gotcha.
We was literally have conversations to where, like, when I turned 18, she was gonna ditch her husband and me and her.
She was married.
Together that time.
You were a homewrecker.
What's that?
You were a homewrecker.
No, she was just a whore.
Oh, but she said she was going to leave her husband for you. It didn't happen.
Yeah. She said that to a 15-year-old that used to finger fuck on the way to the fucking bus station.
Oh, gotcha. Do you remember her name?
Yeah.
Can we get her on live?
No, I mean, you could. I doubt she's probably dead by now. She was 32 back then.
She's probably mid-60s,
I'll say her
man.
name, but will I get in trouble?
No, what's her name?
I can't get sued?
Well, if it's real.
Fuck it, who gives a fuck? I can sue, right? According to this asshole, I can sue.
Dude, that's like the time, I think Brett Kavanaugh was, like, allegedly doing this stuff, like, before then. So it's all fair game now. Just say it. Speak your mind.
Jane Wickman.
Jane Wickman?
Jane Wickman, yeah. And she lived in Athol, Mass. If I get brought into court for this,
oh, man. When's the last time you talked to her?
When I was 15, you psychopath.
I don't know. Maybe you kept in touch. I feel like that's the kind of thing you would keep in touch about. I would definitely, like, that's like a fantasy.
Right?
Yeah.
What happened was we was all down at the gym. She was going from the office into the gym, office to the gym. I followed her to the gym. I was sucking her titties in the hallway, and one of the new kids seen me.
Yeah, okay.
And he ran back into the gym. I chased him down. I said, if you fucking tell anyone, I'll cut your fucking throat while you sleep. He's like, all right, I won't tell nobody. And so the next day, I get called into the big office, the main building.
Yeah.
And they asked me about it. I'm like, nah, I won't suck no one's titties. What are you talking about?
Yeah.
He goes, well, she's quit now.
You made her quit?
You can have. No. They gave her the choice. We can either file charges.
Oh, they found out. How'd they find out? Because that kid snitched? Did I miss it?
Yeah, because that kid snitched.
Oh.
So do you remember the story I had about Stetson, to where I held that kid down and burnt him behind the knees with cigarettes for telling on me?
I feel like you have a lot of stories about burning people with cigarettes.
No, just the one. But it was that kid.
Okay.
The kid who got my to Worcester and my pussy taken away.
Oh, right. Okay, gotcha. Okay. Oh, that kid. Yeah. All right. So I would personally, if I was me, keep in contact with her. Like, there's no way I could just not ever speak to her again. But you just went cold turkey.
No, I was 15, and I freaked out for a week. Had to get restrained all the time. It was a fucking nightmare.
Oh, so you were actually traumatized.
Kid, I got put in the Henry Haywood Memorial Hospital psych unit for 30 days.
Because of her.
And then back. That's it. Yeah, all because of that. Yeah.
So this chick, you motorboated this chick and it made you crazy.
No. We did a lot more than that.
Yeah, but it made you crazy.
But yeah, it's once they took her away.
All right.
And she was like, dude, I don't want to talk to you or nothing. I'm out.
Yeah.
It was like I cost her job.
Yeah. People are like, we need a whole episode of just Bret stories. I don't think I would disagree with that.
Dude, I'll tell you what. I'll have my fucking stepmother text you so you know I'm not bullshitting. Yeah. She'll text you. Wow,
get your stepmother on the show too. That would be awesome.
Oh, no fucking way.
Yeah. All right. People are asking, did she queef? No, that's inappropriate. Inappropriate.
Huge pussy.
Yeah. Anyway, so let's go back to this story now that we've shared Bret's stories, and now we have something to compare it to. And this guy is like blaming his entire life failures on this woman. This guy's probably in his mid-30s today, and it kind of was like, I thought it was kind of fucked up because it's like, by putting this woman's name out there like this, you're already ruining her life. Even if she's not guilty, even if this is all made up, whatever. It doesn't matter. It's all out there. Like, you know as well as I do, Bret, like, what's happened with me. Like, when people make shit up about you, like with Buffalo, like the most obvious one, it follows you around forever. And with that, it's like, they don't even have any links. They have nothing to point to. They'll be like, oh, here's evidence of this. Now this woman does. Like, even so, if she did not do this, there's still this link out there from the patch.com because they reported it. And, you know, the lawsuit that existed, whatever. And it's going to follow her around. And quite frankly, the picture on her Facebook page that she had before she took it down that says, Cougar in area, stay on trails, travel in small groups, do not allow men under 30 to travel alone. That didn't help her cause, I don't think. So, anyway, we find out who this guy is because a bunch of people contact us. His name is David Klickstein, and I thought it was fucked up that like David Klickstein gets to like stay anonymous. Not on the Turtle Boy show, you know, buddy. There he is, right there. He owns a barbershop in town called Ace of Fades. Now, traditionally, Bret, opening the barbershop is something ratchets say they're going to do, but never end up doing it. It's like one of it's like all the hood rats are like, yo, I'm about to get my life together. I'm about to open my own barbershop. You know, or like right when they get killed. That's usually what they say. Like, oh my God, he was just turning his life around. He's going to open up a barbershop. Oh, dear Lord, he's gone now.
They get caught with a bunch of drugs and a pistol.
Yeah.
Like, oh, he was just trying to raise money for his kid.
Just trying to raise money for the barbershop to open. That's all. Yeah, just trying to get that barbershop going. So this guy really did have a barbershop. He was living the hood rat dream. And I guess it's not making enough money because this guy points out Ace of Fades barbershop. David Klickstein, owner of Ace of Fades, is a liar, a cheater, and a known heroin addict. Is that someone you want cutting your hair as he's plotting how he's going to ruin someone's life so he can get himself a quick payday to get out of debt? I've heard from sources, they tell us that he is in trouble or in debt to his own parents, which is interesting. I mean, if you're in debt to your own parents and they're collecting from you, you're probably a huge scumbag. I mean, you know.
Yeah, if your parents felt the need to start a tab.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
There's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah. And here he is at a wedding, but not just any wedding. He was a groomsman in her son's wedding last year. or 2017. Here they are together last year in a picture posted on Facebook. Clearly, this man looks traumatized. He's like typical Peabody freaking, early, mid-30s OC head. Jeff Allison. You know who Jeff Allison was, Bret, or is?
Nuh-uh.
Jeff Allison was one of the greatest baseball players to ever come out of Massachusetts. Lefty, great pitcher, and he got drafted in the first round of the 2003 MLB draft by the Florida Marlins. Never freaking played. I don't even think he played in any levels of any baseball ever because he just loved him some OCs. And everybody from Peabody I've ever met loves freaking pills. So I don't care who you are. Or at least if they're not addicted to pills, they know somebody like their boy from high school is. So it's like the least surprising twist of the turn ever here. That this guy turned out to be exactly who we thought he was. So I think the lesson of the story here is that I don't know how I feel about that. I'm like, I kind of feel bad that we even wrote about it because, her name is out there. I mean, we never accused her of doing this. Just pointed out the story and made some funny commentary about it or whatever. But at the same time, it was already out there with the patch. You know what I mean? So
it's not. And you're not saying, like you said, you're not saying, hey, she did this to him.
Yeah.
You're saying this is his story.
Yeah.
And he put her name into this already. It wasn't us.
Yeah.
Now, this is just reporting. It ain't our problem.
Let me ask Turtle Rise in general, because this always happens. Whenever you see, the hot teacher slept with, the student, and it's always like 50-50 with the comments. And it's mostly dudes who are saying, I wish I was my teacher, lucky bastard. Oh, I can't, And then the women usually say the opposite. Now, I understand both, opinions there. And I'm personally of the opinion that it's like, I don't know. Do you think it's the same thing in your opinion?
On one hand, yeah. Just because of the psychological part of it. Like, was I mad that I wasn't getting my dick sucked and fucking and getting free Iron Maiden shit, stuff like that? Sure. But I was more fucked up because of the emotional part of it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So in that sense, yeah.
Yeah.
And years later, my stepmother and now even my wife, we've talked over the years that they think that's one of the reasons I have problems with broads. Like,
so she did. Shit. You should sue.
I'm not a fucking. Oh, we took that word back. Yeah, I'm not a faggot. I'm not going to blame.
Yeah, we took that back.
On something that I didn't even mind back then.
Yep.
Is it wrong? Absolutely. And there's something wrong with these fucking broads that go sucking these little hot dicks.
That's what I'm saying.
There's something really fucking wrong with them.
I think,
and they need to be punished just like the dudes get punished.
Right. I don't think there should be any difference at all. I don't think there is any difference at all. And I think it's a complete double standard. So I'm on the women's side mostly for this one. And I'm sorry. I think it's weirder when a female teacher sleeps with a male student than vice versa. I think that's
weird.
You
can get anyone already.
Right.
Like guys
right.
Scumbags. You can fuck anyone already, someone your age.
Right.
You don't got to go bagging a little boy.
And like
guys are
men and women
disgusting.
are just,
we'll fuck anyone.
Right. Like that. Men and women are just built differently. Right. Men have lower standards. They'll take what they can get. A man is only as faithful as his options, as the great Chris Rock once said. And some of these girls throw themselves at male teachers, and some of them give in, right? It's not acceptable, but it happens. Now, what I don't understand is like when the female teachers do it, it's like, that's like, you're like, fuck, what the fuck is wrong with you? Like, you need 15-year-old dick? What's wrong with you, girl?
Man.
Yeah.
It's a mental thing. On both sides, but I think with a broad, like, it's worse.
Yeah.
Y'all are supposed to be smarter than us.
Yeah, exactly.
Diddling little fucking wood shit, you freaks.
Yeah. All right, let's go on to the next topic, shall we? I'll let Bret pick, or the Turtle Riders, whoever. Let me see. So we got the Nashua Nut Serpent. That was the chick who was 7 months pregnant, and she's facing life in prison for selling crack. We have the Leominster Quack Doctor, which I'm definitely going to get to that one because I'm passionate about it. We got the New Bedford dog beater story. We got Ricky Farton from Chicopee. And we got Matthew Brown, the weirdo who messages chicks. And then we got, we'll get to the vaping Vagitron later, the West Warwick chick.
Do her last, if at all.
You want to do the Leominster?
Right? That's the broad that you interviewed?
Yeah. Let's go to the Leominster quack doctor.
Yeah, do her last.
Okay. All right, I want to get to this one. All right, so there is this happened on Friday, and this is one that I'm passionate about. And basically, we've seen this happen several times before with the calm down rooms in elementary schools. Bret, it's like it's like a different version of Pumpkin Spice Mafia. It happens every time. Like somebody posts a picture of a calm down room in their kid's school. And then they post it, and they're like, "Oh my God, did you see this? This is what they're doing to our kids. Oh my God, oh my God!" And then everyone freaks out. It's like because they're not in schools and they don't understand. Like these are common now in elementary schools. They all have them because some of these little kids are freaking crazy, and they are, and they become a threat to themselves, to the teachers, and to their classmates. They start throwing shit, whatever. They might harm themselves, and instead of suspending them, they just toss them in a room now. Usually there's like beanbags or shit in there. They can draw on the walls. Who knows? Right? We've seen it before. They post it. Everyone freaks out. But I ain't never seen one like this before. So this chick, Audrey Lefebvre, writes something on Facebook. And she's like, I would share the name of this. It's Fallbrook Elementary School in Leominster, Mass. And she said she's been fighting to get an IEP for years. She went to go pick her up at the school. And they tell her that she's in the calm down room. And she decides, I'm just going to go into the school. She admits, like, I broke the rules. I went in there. They didn't know I was going up there. I walked in. I saw it. I just froze because I couldn't believe what I was seeing. And my brain was trying to process everything. They saw me and like, moved away from the door and opened it. No, she doesn't talk like that. She's trash. My medically complex, PTS-riddled child. Okay, stop right there. Who the hell calls their kid medically complex, Bret? What does that even mean?
That's some made up shit. There's no medically. Your kid's a TikTok, and you're mad about it that it got put in the TikTok room.
Yeah, exactly.
Is this how many of these have you done now, or we done? At least this is the
half a dozen. Yeah, probably.
What'd you say?
Yeah,
it's usually towards the beginning of the school year. Some parent flips out with the same type of post. The only difference with this one is, though, is that does look more like the calm down closet, man.
Yeah, it does. Yeah, you know,
it just looks smaller.
I've heard there's another part of the room. It's like she misrepresented. That's what some people are saying that have gone to school. You know, have kids that have gone to school there, whatever. I had another parent contact me, and they're like, "My kid's been put in that room before. That's like a chamber of it. Like it's much bigger than that." And first of all, only 3% of kids will ever get sent to a room like this. And if like they wouldn't use them if it didn't work. So obviously it's not a big deal. But this woman's like, oh my God, I found out about it. So she posts about it and wants everyone to share it. She tags freaking Ellen. All right. And like all the news media and stuff like that. Well, so obviously she wants attention. And next thing you know, Leominster Public Schools are just getting tons of negative reviews from morons across the country. God, this shit drives me nuts, man. It freaking drives me insane. The mob mentality of the freaking internet. It's like the worst thing in the world. These people just blindly, they're like, oh my God, I need to get outraged about something. I'm going to go and attack this random school in Massachusetts. I don't know anything about it. I'm over here in Kansas. And I'm like, fucking fired up. That's fucked up. We can't allow that to happen. Oh, good God. And then they're like,
and I have to share this.
Yeah, exactly. Oh my God, I have to share this. I have to let a bunch of people in Kansas know about this because they really give a fuck like me. I really care about everything. I care about a school in Massachusetts based off of the unsubstantiated word of some ratchet with blue hair. Oh my God, we gotta stop it. Like that's the mentality you're dealing with. And then they go on these pages and they freaking give them tons of negative reviews, right? And all this shit, and they're just like all these people like so mad. One of my favorite comments was, "This is childism." Did you see that one?
Childism.
This is childism. Melissa Kyla Rennie. Let's look her up, shall we? Melissa Kyla Rennie. Yeah.
Childism.
Mute my PC mic on OBS. How do I do that?
I don't know what that means.
Let me see. Let me see. Am I getting echoes? Am I like wicked echoey, guys? Not many people are complaining. Let me see the settings here.
Why the fuck would you text them during the show, though?
I don't know. Yeah, just to let me know. Is it
Yeah.
unbearable? I mean, so if I take this off, then how are people gonna hear Bret? See what I'm saying?
I can't hear. So
Yeah, it'll work itself out. All right.
Yeah, it come and go.
Okay, yeah, whatever.
I'm telling you, when you get that new FUPA computer,
Yeah.
or unFUPA computer,
Well, this is
invest
yeah.
the $20 in a hotline.
All right.
Run it right into the house, right into the fucking router.
Yeah. All right. All right. So people are like, it's not that bad. All right. So anyway, let's give this chick a call. So what the hell's her name? No, this is another guy. I was looking
Which
at.
one? The childist?
What's this
The
chick's name?
childism?
Yeah, we're about to look this chick up. What was her name? Melissa Kyla Rani. All right, Melissa. Because this guy's on my radar too. Mike Vaughn.
Kyla Rani. Okay.
Kyla Rani. All right.
They put my kid in this room over there. Hey, I don't like that shit.
Hey, where'd it go? Alyssa. Let's see. Kyla Rani. Is she not on there? Did I spell Melissa wrong?
Kyla Rani.
All right. Anyway, let's go. Let's talk about the chick whose page it is, because this is more impressive. So, Fred, if you're gonna post something like this, you better not have a lot of Google trophies, right? And this chick, you couldn't possibly have a worse Google trophy than this woman has. Did you see what she was arrested for? Blue head.
No.
Okay. So take a wild guess. What would be the worst thing, the most hypocritical thing you could get arrested for while advocating for your child that they are being abused by the school? What's the worst thing you could be arrested for?
Domestic violence.
I could think of something worse.
Child abuse? Child molestation.
Yes. She was charged. Leominster woman, a city woman, is charged with indecent assault and battery on a child under 14 years of age. Audrey Lefebvre Fox of Water Street is accused of taking her clothes off in front of a 5-year-old victim when she was 18 years old and forcing that child to touch her inappropriately. The incident allegedly took place inside the victim's great-grandmother's house. She was arraigned June 6, 2019. She was released on personal recognizance and has a court date scheduled October 31st, 2019. Bret, she has sexually assaulted a 5-year-old. And she's on here. This is the woman complaining about the school. Like, sexually assaulted a freaking 5-year-old. Who she's related to? She pulled a Lena Dunham, essentially. That's what she did here. She pulled a Lena Dunham. She sexually assaulted. I don't even know if she's related to this person. I don't know. But it happened 10 years ago. The victim was 5, which means they're 15 now, which means they're probably fucked up and going through a bunch of counseling. And they're like, finally, like, they came clean. They're like, this is why I'm fucked up. This woman made me touch her vagine, and here I am, all messed up on drugs now, and she ruined my life because I was 5 years old. Unfucking believable. I wanted, and of course, as soon as I found this out, Bret, the first thing I did was I went to her page and I started posting the comments to it, right? Or posting links to this article, right? Because you have that out there. You don't make yourself the center of attention, whatever you do. But not her. She does. And it's like, she doesn't give a fuck. And she puts it all out there. And then you see that this is a pattern with her. She runs a business, quote unquote, like a Failure Swift business called Mayberry Naturals. And it says, we started when our family, not me, when our family, and by the way, Fox, you know how her name is hyphenated there? The guy Fox she was married to, guess what he was arrested for?
Yeah. Child molestation.
Bingo. He raped 2 15-year-old Wachusett students. He used to live in my town in Holden. And he had sex with 2 high school girls at Wachusett, 2 15-year-olds. Right? He got arrested for that in 2016. She divorced him. She got the kids. The child molester got the kids. So, of course, this is before that came out. So now, that's the most remarkable part about this. Is she still... How can you get arrested for sexually assaulting a 5-year-old and have your freaking kids, Bret? How does that make any sense?
I have no idea. And how do these two creatures find each other?
I guess they just have a common interest. Oh, you like touching kids? I like touching kids.
Me too.
Let's touch each other. Fuck it. You know, maybe we can talk about ways in which we can touch kids. Who's your favorite kid you touched? I don't know. I like this kid. You like this kid. Maybe we can have them. Oh, it's fucking sick. It's sick. And so...
Way too much of this lately. Just everyone's fucking diddling and
Yeah. Too much
diddling.
diddling.
Fuck's sake, man.
So she...
Leave these fucking poor kids alone, you sick fuck.
Yeah, like,
Jesus Christ.
the child molestation is enraging enough as it is. But then to go on and trash your kid's school because you think you're better than them. You are so outraged by this room, right? First of all, if your kid's in the short bus room, that speaks volume to your parenting. Okay, I'm sorry.
You're not fucking it.
At least you're not. Exactly.
At least you're not,
Yeah.
yeah, at least you're not making fucking cornhole, you sick fucking cunt.
We don't know what she's doing to these kids. Like, you make.
Not to say cunt.
I mean, that's freaking. You got something in you crazy to do that. Like, you're letting a kid, forcing a kid to touch you. What the hell's wrong with you? You're capable of anything, you know. And then she starts this business called Mayberry Naturals, and their whole family, she says, was diagnosed with not only mast cell activation syndrome, but also Ehlers-Danlos syndrome. So I don't know what either of those are, but I've never heard of either of them ever. I don't know what the hell they are. Are they real? I've never heard of those.
They're probably real, just in case someone Googles that shit, and they'll be like, "Oh, that is a real thing. Let me buy the shit that she lab rats on her fucking semen demon."
Yeah. But she says that the whole family has them. And people are saying it's hereditary. How can the whole family... Is it like AIDS? Like, your mom has it and she reproduces and then the kids get it too? What the hell's that?
Just it on the way out?
Yeah. I don't know. Look them up. I don't know. You guys tell me. Everybody's saying Munchausen by syndrome by proxy. A lot of people are saying she has failure Swift written all over it. Failure. I mean, this is like failure Swift times 10, right? What this woman's doing. Like, that's what she said. I mean, failure Swift. Remember, she was selling that like cure to skin cancer.
Yeah, but as far as I'm aware, failure Swift didn't make a young Britney Spears fucking touch her butthole.
That we are aware. That's correct.
Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But there's as fucked up as that broad is, this one's a different animal.
Yeah.
Like that's the part I can't get past. Like, how old are you? 5? Check this out. Like, that's what. I don't think there's a fixing that, in my opinion. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Never mind. You're driving around in vehicles. You have kids, and you're bursting into schools.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, and this is what she's writing about the meds. This began our mission of supplying the public with safe products that you can feel good about using on your family. We sell nothing that we ourselves don't use. It has been used by our families extensively before marketing to you. So she uses her kids as guinea pigs. She makes these fix-all products and just sells them, right? And it's like most people test shit on rats and shit. She's like, I'll test shit on my crotch roots, you know, like fuck it, you know. And there's like this one thing, Mayberry Naturals. It's just called Immunity Potion. That's it. You just take it and you're immune. What are you immune to? I don't know, but it's got a bumblebee on it, so maybe bee stings. Who knows? You're gonna be fixed though,
That'd be good.
And everything's gonna be fixed. There's no I mean, look at some of this shit. You get this green shit here. Hashtag food is medicine. Okay. You have these bottles of something. You have red shit, elderly syrup kit, whatever that means. More green shit. Have some of that. Fix your
elderly syrup kit.
Yeah, whatever that means. Yeah, elderly syrup. We know the elderly like their syrup. And you see the kids, by the way. So she writes this. These kids, those with special needs kiddos. I fucking hate people who call their kids kiddos. I hate them, Bret. My kiddos. Or who refer to other moms when they're like talking in a conversation. They're like, Mama Bear. When they call themselves Mama Bear. They're like, hello, Mama. Oh, shut the fuck up. I hate that shit. I hate that shit.
I'm a fierce Mama Bear.
I'm a fierce Mama Bear.
Twat.
Oh, shut the fuck up. You're an over-involved twat. That's what you are. Shut up. Your husband secretly hates you. Yeah, your husband jerks off the freaking browsers freaking every day of the week because he hates you, right? So, there goes that it's after 3 years of hollering and fighting and citing laws and calling out bullshit, as I saw it by the second day at school, I have 2 massive wins. The allergy policy has been changed, and this morning I educated her teachers on essential oils. And Ivy, of course her name's kid's fucking Ivy, has a roller bottle in her cubby and a diffuser with oils going into her classroom. I feel so accomplished. So she hounded her teachers about demanding that she be able to use these bullshit potions that she makes at home. Now, I don't want to bring kids into this, Bret, but it has to be told. It's part of the story here, okay? Look at this poor kid. How does that girl look to you?
Not happy.
Look healthy?
What do you think? Yeah, no, not particularly.
Bret, she looks like a white Somalian girl. What? I mean, that's...
She looks like she's on the Auschwitz youth soccer team.
Stop it! Stop it! Stop it! Where the hell did you come up with that? The Auschwitz youth soccer... No!
I don't know. That's what she looked like.
Stop it! I'm going to hell. I'm going to hell. All right, anyway.
I don't think that bad.
It's fucking funny. I don't care. Anyway, so... I mean, it's sad though, because like this girl's malnourished. It looks like she's not, whatever this mother's feeding her. What are the odds she vaccinates her kids, Bret? What are the odds?
None.
Like,
Zero. She rubbed something on him and said, "Nope, you're good."
Like no fucking way. Yeah. So, and then here's another kid in the store with her. She's just walking along. First of all, you have blue fucking hair. If you have blue hair, just fucking give up on life. You already have given up on life. I'm sorry. You're a grown-ass woman who dyed your hair fucking blue. That means you have no desire for anyone to ever take you seriously. You're a fucking joke. Your kids secretly hate you. At least they're not old enough to hate you yet. They will hate you when you get older. It's fucking weird. I'm sorry. It's weird.
We've seen the colored hair from the old broad thing before. I'm not going to say no names, but... an over-controlling older lady that dyes her hair purple and pink. And
who's that? Hadassah?
You know no, Chuck.
Oh, yeah, exactly, yeah. So anyway, you look at this chick. Get out of here. And then there are kids in the store in Hope Depot, like without shoes on. Like, looks like a West Virginia, Appalachia baby. Like, dragging her through the stores for a friggin' business or whatever she's running. Still has a pacifier at age 5 or 6 or whatever. No wonder this kid's all fucked up. And she's talking about, like, Ivy's convinced I'm a doctor. So the girl thinks she's a doctor because I help so many people feel better. And I make medicine with plants. I'm like the coolest doctor ever. I mean, she writes this. If only all doctors helped people with nature and harnessed and welcomed the resources given to us. I mean, not only is she smarter, Bret, than every teacher, she's smarter than every doctor, too. I mean, this is insane that this woman is out here doing this shit. Insane.
It seems like what I think happens with fucking broads like this and Casey and all these other fucking psychopaths is that, like, they fuck up or something bad happens. Everyone's like, oh, look at this fucking TikTok. Mm-hmm. And then enough people, they try enough different things, and then enough people were telling this fucking idiot, you know what? I rubbed some of that shit on my aunt. She couldn't walk for a week. Now she's running the marathon.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? Enough people suck their fucking cornhole to where they start believing it.
Yeah.
And then they take this weird fucking turn to where now this bitch is Dr. Blessed Honeybee fucking shaman.
Yep. I mean,
you know what I mean?
Oh, I know exactly what you mean.
In their brains, man.
I mean, look at all these comments. I mean, these mindless twats just following along. I can't even find the words. It looks so bad. How dare you do this, kids? Oh, my God, call and do this and this. And she took it down the other day after we exposed her, and then she put it back up. She has no shame, which means, Bret, she has to burn. Like, we have to destroy this chick because I'm passionate about this one. Like, the things she's doing to those kids, God knows what's happening to those kids. She fucks... Bret, she sexually molests 5-year-old children. The fact that she's allowed anywhere near a child is a fucking joke. The fact that she walked into an elementary school where other people's children are, okay, and walked around and had the audacity to judge them. I fucking hate her. I hate her with every ounce of my being, okay? I will not rest. I mean, I'm going to fucking destroy. It's going to be a fucking pleasure. A pleasure. What I mean, fuck. And she's talking about IEPs. She wants her kids to get an IEP. They're not giving her one, right? Probably because she doesn't need one. This woman's just making shit up. Oh, fuck her. Fuck her. I fucking hate people who do this, kids. I'm getting fired up. So anyway. Oh, yeah, I hate him. Let's try giving her a call so I can cuss her out. Maybe we'll call her.
I just want to buy that kid a fucking sandwich or something.
I know, and a pair of shoes.
The Auschwitz baby.
Yeah, maybe some Advil too.
Bring her the bitch to Denny's or something.
Yeah,
fuck. Quit making her eat jars of bullshit. It's got to be some sort of abuse, just that, man. Like, I don't know.
I don't think she's going to answer. I'm guessing. She hasn't returned any of my messages. She knows what we're coming for. This is 2 towns away from me. Nah, of course she's not answering. Coward. So anyway.
Pussy.
Yeah. Let's go on to the next topic then, because I'm all fired up about this one. Why don't we do the New Bedford dog beater? This was a popular story this week.
Yeah.
Yeah. Speaking of bullshit.
Scumbags.
All right, so this is a rough video if you guys haven't seen this video. This was reported out on, I think, Wednesday night this happened, or Wednesday afternoon. A video starts circulating, right, of it's been quite a busy week as far as scumbags have been concerned on Turtle Boy. And it was so hard to pick the stories this week because there's so many of them. So just, here is a guy. I'm sure most people watching this have seen the video. If you haven't seen the video and you're squeamish, now's the best time to turn the sound off. Have you seen this, Bret?
Unfortunately.
Okay. So this is a pretty graphic. So let's just watch it. It's kind of small, the guy is. But the sound makes you feel like you're right there.
No.
Right? See him? Jesus Christ.
Yeah, that's enough.
Okay, but it sounds like a pig. But I got to show you what happens here. So he runs away. The dog runs away onto the porch, and it's trapped. It's trapped. This guy, it's like straight up Horace and Jasper, just walks right over, and he's going to raise his thing up again. He's got a bat. He's hitting the dog with a bat. And then the dog is going to squeal a little bit, run away. And then towards the end, right, he starts tracking the dog down, and the dog gets saved by this fat kid. Watch. I wouldn't call it saved. Did they get that part? Yeah, like the son comes over, hands the guy the cell phone, basically, and there he is right there. Gives the dad the cell phone and walks away. So this goes viral, obviously. And what does this? How do we catch this? Everybody figures out who he is right away. His name's Miguel Martinez. And this woman named Pilar, who I had on Wednesday, or was it Thursday? Thursday morning, I think I had her on for an interview. Awesome lady. Badass bitch. Did you see that video, Bret?
Yeah.
Yeah. Like
she's
literally
a fucking hero. I don't give a fuck.
Yeah, I don't give a fuck either. And she's been leading this like one-man crusade, this woman crusade. Her and Odie's pet place. They have been on this dude. Like they blockade the driveway because she calls the cops. A bunch of people call the cops at like 1:40, right? And they're told that the New Bedford police are just all busy. They're all tied up, which is obviously fucking bullshit. There's no way unless your city was attacked by terrorists, there's never a time in which they're just not busy. And if that is the case, then you need to hire more cops. I don't believe that.
What town is it?
This is not a town. It's New Bedford. It's one of the biggest cities.
Yeah, they're used to a bunch of fuckery and stuff. All the cops weren't busy. That's some bullshit.
Yeah, of course it's some bullshit. Like, we're just fucking, we're all busy. We'll give you a call back later. Like, what the fuck kind of fuckery is that? Because nobody takes, violence against animals that seriously, ultimately, except internet crowds. That's one good thing internet crowds are good with is like vengeance for dogs. People don't fuck around with dogs, as we've seen.
Or any animals, cats.
Yeah,
any animals.
Yeah. So Pilar blocks the freaking driveway, doesn't let the dude out, gets pictures of him, everything, right? He looks like, Puerto Rican ISIS. That's the best way I can describe him. Like, do you see his beard there? There. Yeah, I mean, he looked like, yeah. And It turns out,
Rican ice.
yeah, he does. He does look like Puerto Rican ISIS with that beard. What the hell is that?
Exploding burrito Holmes.
Yeah,
All right, go ahead before we get in trouble.
Yeah, no. So anyway, yeah, this all goes out, and we find out, right, that not only the guy was arrested in, what was it, just a couple months ago for selling heroin, and he's just out, and he was arrested before that for selling heroin, and he's living with this slam pig in their apartment in New Bedford, just living the life, no big deal. Out on waiting trial or whatever, out on bail, who knows, right? Been arrested a bunch of times before. And then we find out, we get contacted by an ex of his that alerts us to the fact that in 2000, he was charged in the Bronx with literally killing his 9-month-old. Shaken baby syndrome. Just like with the dog. The dog's out of control, going to beat it. I mean, that's how these savages grew up. They were just taught like, oh, just fucking something's making noise, just hit it. If you hit enough, it'll stop making noise. You know, the dog's making noise, just fucking hit it. You know, the kid's making noise, just fucking shake it. And that's what they do. Yeah. He went to jail for 10 years for that. Starts a new life in New Bedford, which means just doing the same shit, getting arrested. And then you understand what a piece of trash you have to be to move in with somebody like this, to allow this guy inside of you and around your kids. I mean, that's what's really disgusting about this. This fucking whore. Fuck her. What the hell's her name? Jennifer Nunez Raildaris. Let me check her. See, yeah.
Bueno.
Miss ISIS. Miss ISIS.
El picapo lefono.
See. I bet you she went ghost. Let's see.
And before someone called us racist in the comments, I don't know if you can. Ain't no one fucking racist, and so shut the fuck up. We can joke, we clowning this motherfucker.
Which
none of this shit serious.
Yeah, which what was that in response to? You remember? Because I've said a lot of shit tonight.
To Puerto Rican ISIS.
Oh yeah, I mean, that's like the least objectionable thing we've said today. If you think that's bad, stick around. You're gonna have a good time. I promise you that. She appears to have taken down her Facebook. Is no longer there. Yeah. So it's just, I'm so pissed off at the New Bedford police because they put out a thing the next day saying like, don't tape these incidents. Call the police. It's like, bitch, they did call you and you didn't do shit. And I'm sorry. I hate, Bret. I fucking hate it whenever I see a viral internet video of like somebody getting beat up or something bad happening to someone, and then these fucking self-indulgent, self-important douchebags comment and they're like, oh, why did you tape it? Why didn't you do that? Shut the fuck up, bitch. The guy who taped it is the real hero. I'm sorry. Good for you. Internet taping people, don't ever stop taping shit. Just keep taping. You're much more valuable to the world and to the internet by taping things than you are by jumping in. Because first of all, you put yourself in danger. Don't do that. Right? Second of all, you can call the cops after you tape it because that's the freaking evidence. Of course you're going to fucking tape it. You're doing the right thing. I hate it. I see this every time some video of somebody getting the shit kicked out of them appears. It goes viral, and there's always some self-important douchebag that comes on there, and they're like, oh, why are you taping it? Shut the fuck up. I taped it because I'm a fucking hero. That's why I taped it. Shut the fuck up. Anyway, you know.
Well, no, you got a point, though, because, like, all right, so I'm going to see Slayer in Springfield in November, right, with my buddy Phil.
Yep.
If I'm at that, and there's some big brawl, either at the bar before or after, or at the hotel, or whatever the fuck, I'm going to take my camera out, yell Turtle Boy, and film the fights.
Yes.
I'm not going to risk my neck for some scrub motherfuckers that can't handle their fucking booze.
Yep.
I'm not getting fucked up for someone else.
Nope.
If it ain't me or my crew,
nope.
I'm filming this shit and giggling like a little bitch. Go fuck yourself.
Yeah.
That shit'll be on MySpace, Instagram, Facebook, Twitter.
Yeah, exactly. Hey, just a reminder, guys. So we've done a lot of work this week with these stories. We love doing shit like this. We love. Think of all the assholes we've exposed this week, one after another. Nobody would have exposed Audrey Lefebvre, like this dude, Miguel Martinez. Like this all would have gotten swept under the rug, all of it. But we expose it, and it's we love doing it. But as you know, we're being sued right now because of it. So any and all donations you guys want to make, we graciously appreciate it. I think there should be a link to the fundraiser in there, or you can just tip us right on here. It's the same thing on YouTube. It's all good, right? Or get something in the Turtle Boy store. We really appreciate it. So that's that. So let's go on to the next topic, because fuck these dog beaters. These are downer stories. All
we've had so far is chomos and dog beaters. What the fuck?
Well,
do we got any food stamp people or anything light?
Let's go from chomos to homos. This guy out in Chicopee here.
Oh.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
All right, so let's talk about Ricky Farton. Yeah. All right. Ricky Farton's deleted tweets. So this guy makes the news. Mass Live, to be particular. He makes a video in which he alleges that this guy running for mayor of Chicopee, Joe Morissette, he says basically, here's the backstory. He gave a hockey player, the captain of the hockey team, a blowjob in the locker room at Chicopee Comp when he was a student there. Joe Morissette, who's a former cop turned vice principal, calls him out of the office because he tells everybody about this. He's like, "Oh man, I sucked that thing good, baby. Oh yeah, loving it.
Balls deep.
Yeah, balls deep. Like, oh yeah, all up in that shit. Oh, deep throat, don't matter." Tells a teacher finds out about this. Now, a teacher's a mandated reporter, and if a teacher finds out that a student fucked another student during school and skipped school to do it, they have to tell the principal. So the principal calls his ass down and starts ripping into him, obviously. Like, what the fuck are you doing? Give it head in the locker room, motherfucker. You're supposed to wait till 3:30 to do that. What the hell's wrong with you? Can't be doing that shit in school.
Off school grounds, twink.
You can't suck dick off school? What's wrong with you? You couldn't wait a couple hours? You couldn't come to school early, you lazy motherfucker? You had to sleep in? Good God. So, rips butt. The intercom is on while this is happening. Now, people who heard it happen said nothing incriminating actually was said on the intercom. A teacher runs in there like a minute into it. It's like, bitch, the intercom's on. That happened on an episode of Saved by the Bell once. Except Zach Morris did it on purpose to fuck. There was something with Belding. I forget the exact circumstances, but Zach Morris definitely did it on purpose. And so I don't know. I'd have to see the system. I have a hard time believing a principal did this. If they did do it, it's unprofessional. But if you ask me, it's not really the end of the world. I think the bigger problem here, Brett, is the guy giving a blowjob during school hours in the locker room.
Well, it's different. You can't be mad about. You can't say that, hey, this guy outed me and he didn't apologize when you were in that room because you just bragged to your whole class about it.
Yeah, exactly.
It makes no fucking sense. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
like how did any adult hear this and go, you know what, this kid's got a point?
Yeah.
No, you don't.
Yeah. He went and by the way, thank you, Herbalife coupon code. I appreciate that. This guy, so he's acting all traumatized by it. He makes this whole video saying like, oh my God, because now this guy's running for mayor and he's acting like it's like this huge thing. So Mass Live writes about it, and let's just watch something.
Like you guzzle cum.
Wait, sorry.
Like you guzzle cum.
Okay, so stop right there. So he's like, this is 5 years ago. He saved all the tweets about it, right? All the people. He's like, all you guys were so mean to me because you heard about that blowjob I gave over the intercom, okay? So let me just play part of it here.
It is. You know the name, and if you're watching, you're a part of this. And I apologize for what I did, but what you did was even more fucked up.
Oh, yeah.
People told me to kill myself.
Oh, no. Oh, my God, no.
Somebody said, wow. You look like you guzzle cum. Yup.
That's the best part. He's like, yep, I fucking do. I love it.
Absolutely.
Act guilty as charged. You look like you guzzle cum.
Whoa.
Yep.
Meredith.
Clearly. Oh, jeez. Thanks, Meredith. I appreciate that.
Meredith said, but you got to do one of your garage casts shirtless.
All right, deal.
Tuesday.
Just for Meredith.
Tuesday.
Okay.
It's out.
All right, we can talk later about that. I appreciate it. Thank you, Meredith. What am I, a stripper now?
Hey, you do what it
I'm
takes
like a
the
mo-
shirt off and puts it in the basket, or it doesn't get the donations.
Am I a whore?
Yeah, you're
I'm
a
Meredith's.
fucking turtle whore.
I'm officially Meredith's whore. So,
You little sea slut.
I don't. This could go down slippery ways. We'll talk about that. So
Another website. If it gets into that, I know another website we can talk about.
yeah, exactly. We have to move this to
Yeah.
red tube, guys. We gotta-
Wow.
Yeah. So this guy, back to blowjobs. This guy's like allegedly all upset about this, right? He's like, oh yeah, you said I guzzle cum. Yep, I fucking knew. And he goes on. Let's see what else he says.
Like you guzzle cum with a straw
He's laughing.
out of your mother's cock-filled asshole.
That's funny. That's funny. Even he laughed at it. Out of your mother's cock-filled asshole. He just goes on and on about this, right? He's just like, there's some more.
Really? Another
Really?
story. Oh, and this actually happened.
He's funny.
Senior year,
He's
so,
funny.
Yeah, but when I see you, I'm smacking the shit out of you. If what happened in 2015 didn't never happen, that wouldn't have fucking happened. Another one, you're gay.
Well, you are.
Somebody said in a long paragraph, because you're a faggot. Have you seen yourself? I mean, look at you. Tim, I'm now gonna beat the fuck out of you.
But he
Isn't
didn't.
that sad? Did your son ever have to do with that, Joe? Did Matthew?
My son wasn't sucking dick in
Yeah.
the locker room at 15 years old.
Yeah.
You defended your
Yeah.
father?
So,
You look dumb.
so the guy's father, in a crazy twist of turns here, the guy's son, Matthew Morissette, is also gay. But guess what he never did, Bret?
Sucked a dick in the locker room?
Never did it. Can't say he ever did it. And so he's just
Had
like,
enough self-control to wait for the next
yeah, he's like, I
I
can suck a dick after school.
Imagine that.
It'll taste just as good. And he's just like, fuck it. You know, like, whatever. But this guy's like, it's same thing, you know? Same, breakfast, lunch, or dinner. Doesn't matter to me. And so he's just like, he's like acting like he's like all a victim here because of this. Because, like, you know, because you got caught. Like, what is the ultimate thing here? Like, why is he bad? Because he got caught in a hot mic disciplining you. Like, you did do it. And you're going to the media now talking about this, and he just goes on and on and on. And anyway,
that's the other part of it. So if your first anger is that he outed you about something you were bragging about,
Yep.
so that's already insane. But then years later, you want to talk to the media about something that you're embarrassed to talk about because, like, you can't have it both fucking ways. Either you're embarrassed about it and you want some money like that other kid that was fucking his teacher, or you're not, and this is all just for show because you want to be the next little fucking half a fag sissy to get fucking YouTube famous.
mm-hmm.
Right?
Yeah,
That's the thing, isn't it?
I think that's exactly what it is. I mean, first of all, look at it. Okay.
Bunch of fucking TikToks.
Yeah, a bunch of TikTok. He's all commenting on here, and he's like writing like, I'm glad these nasty, homophobic, trash adults are claiming said events in my video didn't happen. No, they all happened. We know you suck dick. Like, I'm very glad you were in the building at the time. Y'all are trash. Y'all are disgusting. You might call me trashy and disgusting, but you know what I've never done, Bret?
Suck a dick in a locker room?
Never done it. Can't say I've done it. Can't say I've done it. How do you sleep at night when this man admitted that said events happened? Probably because he did it by accident. Yeah. But okay, y'all don't believe me? I'll get witnesses and I'll get more people to speak up. The only witness he has is the guy that got his dick sucked. That's it. That's about it. So I've invited him on the show, and he has.
Oh, good.
Yeah, he has not. He said he was going to come on. You are really scary when you ask legitimate questions about accusations. Too bad he can't back up his bogus thing. Yeah, it's like I've messaged him, and he sounded open to it at first. But let me show you our back and forth here. Let's see what he said.
Listen here, fruit cup.
Yeah, he says, let's see. At first, I will respond. He goes, "How are you going to trash me and then ask for me to come on your show? I will respond later." He doesn't respond. He says, "I'll respond later, Clarence." And he's like, "No, I got to work. I'm not doing an interview with you. I'm not scared. You're acting like a child when this is actually serious." Actually, it's not serious. That's the thing about it. It's like, no, nothing is serious about this dude. I mean, that's what. But Mass Live is taking this seriously for some reason, of course, because they're.
I mean, it'd be different if the story was she sucked that dude's dick. Then you got something. Then it's Kevin Spacey. 2.0.
Oh, right, yeah, that's a story.
You sucked another kid's dick.
Yeah,
shit.
And this guy,
he's just a cock-hungry little fucking cup that was flying around the school sucking dicks.
Cock-hungry is the right word because this guy is like a male
he was
whore.
Starving for him.
Like,
couldn't even wait to get home.
This was his pinned tweet before he took his Twitter down. It says, "Fun fact, I once had sex in this bathroom on my campus, and we were both butt-ass naked, and it's got 246 retweets." So this guy's like proud of it, you know, like, and he's talking about, what else does he have there? There he is, more in the locker room. He calls himself the F word. There he is right there. You know, like the guy is like a freaking man whore. Like, no doubt about it. Like, look at it. Like that picture right there is just like, feed it to me. Feed it to me, baby. I am hungry for that shit.
Now, when he sucked the dick, was that lunch period?
No, first period of the day. Breakfast.
Oh, well,
yeah.
No, so it was
Brett, that's
first meal of the day. The first dick of the day is the most important. They always say that.
Brett, that's telling you. This is what happens. Shit. This is what happens when you cut funding for school breakfast. This is what happens, man. This is like a bad thing, you know.
Bananas in the locker room.
We need more social programs, man. You can't be, when you cut school breakfast. Don't act surprised when kids suck dick in the locker room in the morning. It happens.
Smoothies for everyone.
Exactly. You know, what do you want in your Lucky Charms today? I'll take a bucket of jizz, please.
They sneak sniped me. I got the Antonio Brown breakfast.
The Antonio Brown breakfast of champions.
I got the sneak breakfast.
Oh, good God. Good God. Anyway, so it's obviously like for political reasons. Oh my God, my mom and dad are in the living room watching the video, and they're about to hear how I sucked off the goalie in high school. LMAO, I'm gonna KMS. I don't even know what's KMS.
Kill myself.
Oh God, yeah, dude. Don't act like you don't love it. Like, he's loving this. He's like, everybody.
Fuck around. I'm gonna give that Michelle Carter your phone number, you little prick.
Yeah, well, she's not his type. She's a vagina. Still
might be able to talk him into some shit.
That's a good point. Yeah, and so, you know, he's like, I'm not scared. You're acting like a child. Okay, and so we're gonna call him right now.
Jesus Christ. Bagging goalies and smoking polies. Yeah. Dude, at breakfast.
Oh, it's ringing. It's ringing.
All I want is coffee.
Hold on.
Suck no dicks before lunch.
Come on, answer. Answer, you bastard. Come here.
It's calling about those late night PJs.
Yeah. Okay, I changed my mind. I kind of like you.
Please.
Yeah. I'd like the Tim Thomas special, please. Are you still into goalies? Yeah.
I'll do my best to keep you out of my net.
Oh, I'll take you on a power play. Oh, you're a naughty boy. You're going in the penalty box.
He's going in the penalty box.
Yeah. All right. So Timothy is not answering the phone. Meanwhile, we have gotten a message here from the West Warwick Vaping Vagatron. She says she's at the drive-in with her kids. She would have come on yesterday if I could have done it, but I got shit to do. Sorry, I can't do it. I'm surrounded by super cute and comfy children that are thoroughly enjoying and into Beetlejuice. I'm quizzing them here. So this is the West Warwick chick that I had on the show Tuesday night, who's driving around West Warwick with a big thing on her car that says, West Warwick PD won't let me file a police report. She's completely wild. And I humored her the other night. I did not rip into her like I normally did because she's the kind of chick that hangs up on you when that happens. Did you listen to that interview, Bret?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, like, I'd say over half of it. At one point, I was just like, this broad's going to give me a fucking aneurysm.
Yeah.
I had to go.
Yeah. So I bet you she answers anyway. We're gonna call her. This chick can't resist. She has to.
Yeah. Who the fuck? Oh, tomorrow's a holiday, right?
Yeah.
Oh, so yeah,
well,
there's
kind
driving.
Yeah. National. Yeah. She did make a point to say that they don't have school tomorrow.
I know Bristol doesn't have to work tomorrow. She said during her podcast.
She doesn't. That's right.
Yeah.
I mean, who gets Columbus Day? Hello, Amanda.
Did you not get my message? I said I was at the drive-in.
Oh, really?
We can talk quietly.
We can talk quietly. How you doing? So I wanted to talk to you real quick because Bret's here. So how's I heard you erased the things on your car. Hello?
Yes, because I'm going to put better stuff on there.
Okay. What's going to go on there now?
The kids up, you crazy bitch. Whisper.
Can you tell that sick fuck to shut up? I'm trying to
Brett.
keep it down here.
Brett, keep it down. We're trying to have a civilized conversation here. So what are you going to write on there instead?
It's a toss-up. I am either going to put disgustingly censored and corrupt West Warwick, or
that's a good one. I like
West
that one.
Warwick is corrupt. Ask me why, because I'm going to go and camp out in front of the Attorney General's office and start asking for editors to publish my story.
Well, that's interesting. So have you contacted the Providence Journal? No. Oh, why haven't you?
Can you tell that fat fuck to shut up?
Brett, this is a serious conversation we're having here. This is real serious.
I was watching the football game. The Steelers just almost scored. I was laughing. I apologize.
Yeah. So we should come up with something really good to come up with something that catches people. What about just like West Warwick police molested me?
What?
But that catches your attention more, no? You gotta catch. Why not?
Listen, I don't lie. I haven't lied about anything.
That's true.
Okay. So why would I go and put something stupid like that?
That's a good point. This is a very serious situation. So we spoke on Tuesday. What progress has been made? Have you made any progress? Have you been sleeping outside of the police station still? Anything new? Any new updates?
What progress has been made? Okay, well, I was having chest pains, so I went to the hospital, so I've been trying to take it easy.
Progress, not DMS.
I've compiled a huge amount of things that I've printed out and made it as simple as I could because it's a complex situation.
I noticed.
With a lot of it going on, and I realize it's hard to friggin' try to pinpoint exactly what's...
It looks like you've sent me like 50 screenshots today. I didn't have time to go through all of them. What are those all about?
It's just saying why I put that message on my truck, why I was pissed off about being censored on the town groups, about not being able to say what I wanted to. Okay? If there's a group called Concerned Citizens in West Warwick, and I am a citizen of West Warwick with a concern, I should be able to share that concern.
Okay.
And when I am being censored, I don't like being censored.
Okay.
That's not fair.
Okay.
And so that pushed me to have to put that message on my truck.
Okay.
Which is exactly why I did that.
Okay.
I did that so that I could provide a community service.
Yes, very valuable.
Okay. Don't push my buttons. I have to stay quiet here. I'm freaking driving watching Beetlejuice.
Right. Okay. Love that movie.
So yes, I have made a lot of progress this week. I drafted up a motion that I have to freaking go file in court.
Who are you suing?
It's freaking the bullshit things on my son. Because my son really did not hit that girl. We treated that girl like gold. And in the end, I wouldn't be doing all this shit if there was even a slight clue to any of it.
Okay, so I'm playing the mediator here because I'm like the good cop here. Brett's the bad cop. So he has a difference of opinion. Brett, do you have anything to say here?
I think if she got rid of all that stuff on the truck already, and she has to replace it, put psychotic mom to a woman beating child, ask me why. Put that.
Thoughts?
Because it's insane. All of this is madness. And she should be trank-dotted like those bears that wander into neighborhoods and replaced in the woods or a place just full of other psychos to laugh and play with.
Shut the fuck up. All right?
You're batshit crazy, little psycho.
There's no proof of that anyway.
Are you fucking kidding me? Your son likes to beat broads. That's just, hey, you could probably fix that, but you ain't savable. Listen to me, mommy. Listen, you're fucking nuts. You are batshit crazy.
Beetlejuice. Oh, she hung up on. At least you got to have your say there, Bret. It's too bad she said that I stood her up last. Oh, by the way, thank you very much, Ida. She says it's for Unk's shirt. They're fucking serious about this, huh? Why do you guys want to see you with my shirt off?
Take your fucking shirt off for a minute and please
just do it. It's not gonna be this episode. I'll tell you that much. First of all, I'm an Irish guy. I'm kind of pasty, you know. I don't have like bitch tits, but you know, bitch tits. Yeah, you know, Abrams. But anyway, but that was a good rant, Bret.
I wish she had the balls to stay on. She's too much of a fucking pussy to take it. She just wants to, like, when you guys interviewed her, I think you and Bristol said a total of 12 words.
It was great,
in an hour.
That was
and
the
rest, you're sucking her own clit about how great of a person her and her little fucking girlfriend smacked her out.
Oh, thank you, Patty Brosnan.
Fuck over yourself.
Appreciate that.
Have a real man hang around your son for a little bit to beat the shit out of him, teach him not to put his hand on broads, and leave the fucking cops alone, you little fucking lunatic. Fuck's sake.
By the way, Patty Brosnan just donated $50. Thank you, and says because Bret is a rock star. So there you go. Yeah.
Thanks. We appreciate everyone that donates.
Yeah.
E-begging. Someone said we're e-begging or something. Go fuck yourselves.
Of course we are. I don't care.
And
whatever.
I liked it, like Bristol's show, which I watched today. I catch it when I can. Is more serious, and she does this research. There's something about her where if she gets a hair across her ass, she digs into your fucking rectum.
That was an intense episode. I watched the whole thing. It was pretty intense.
And our show's a little more lighthearted.
Oh, very much. That's when I realized watching it.
I love the difference in it, though. You know what I mean?
Their show is like fucking Dateline. It's like fucking serious.
More like us 2.0 or whatever.
Yeah, us are just like, yo, here's some ratchets that fuck around. Let's give them a call. What do you think about this, Bret? Tell me about that. Yeah, tell me about that time. Tell me about that time you motorboated your teacher. Like that's our episodes.
Yeah.
Their episodes aren't really fucking funny, but you leave it watching, you're like, holy shit, there's some fucked up people out there. Like today's episode was crazy.
You can laugh about it and get informed of them. So, you know, like you said, that other 2 towns away from you.
Yeah.
Like, that's your fucking yard, bet.
Yeah, it is. Much. Yeah, these are my neighbors. Yeah, you know, fuck them. You know. Yeah, but she got a big audience because she has, she's got like a niche with the whole cop block people. Like, this is like a national following. I think a lot of people, I don't know.
She's got to run through these motherfuckers.
I know.
One by fucking one. Watch, just watch. You know how she is.
Right. And I think, like, you know, at first some people might say, like, who cares about these people? But it's like that one dude today, what's his name? Earl? He's got, like, how many? 170,000 fucking YouTube subs? Like, fucking nuts. And he, like, gets other people censored and shit. You know, like, that's fucked up that YouTube even allows people like this on their platform. I mean, I don't want to censor anything. I wouldn't. I think they should be allowed to be on the platform. I think everyone should be. But if you're going to, like, demonetize guys like Steven Crowder, you know, that are like literally just talking about politics, and this guy who's a fucking disgusting sexual predator and harasses cops and tries to get other people censored, he's allowed on the platform. That's fucked up. That's fucked up. And I see all these people on here. Unc loves Dateline and Don't Know Friday. You're goddamn right. I love both of those shows. I watched the Dateline episode, Bret, about thank you, Brittany. I appreciate that. That's not cheap at all. I watched the Dateline episode like 2 weeks ago. I don't know if anybody else watches Dateline yet. I want to do a blog on this. There was this fucking lady who killed her friend for the life insurance policy, right? And pinned it on the husband. And then the fucking husband was completely innocent, it turned out. Went to jail, got convicted of murder. And they never investigated the woman who was last to see her, drop her off at the house. Her name's Pam Mupp, I think her name is. Google her. She's out of friggin' Missouri. Anyway, the district attorney that, like, went after her, I found her on Instagram. And so I commented. She posted a picture of her grandkids. And I'm like, I wish these kids had a real grandma. And then she fucking spits back at me something to the extent of like, oh, I'm going to fucking find out who you are and sue you, something like that. I'm like, fuck you. You send innocent people to jail, you cunt. That's why you lost the election, you fucking. So now I got beef with some district attorney. I got Dateline beef with some district attorney out in Missouri. So there might be a blog coming on that shortly. Her name was Pam. Thank you. Yeah. What was that? Anybody else see that episode? Yeah, the Something About Pam episode. I watch a lot of Dateline, and that is the most fucked up episode of, like, that woman, Pam. Tells her that. Pam Mupp, is that her name? I gotta do a blog on this woman. Pam, because she's in jail now. She's like the most psychotic bitch I've ever seen in my life. Yeah, Pam Hupp. That's her name. Google her. Pam Hupp. And this bitch is fucking evil. I could do a whole freaking episode. I don't want to bore you guys with this. But, yeah, some people are saying I watched that one. It's the best episode of Dateline I've ever fucking seen. This bitch is pure fucking evil, Bret. She drops off the woman at the house. She was the last to see her. Days before, she, like, talked her into signing over her life insurance policy. And then her kids, her 2 daughters, everybody blames the husband. He goes to jail for it. The police don't even investigate her because once the police have someone in mind, they just go after them, right? And it's always the husband. Like, God forbid, guys out there, or even women, if your husband or wife ever gets killed, you're fucked. Like, the odds of you going, even if you're completely innocent, you're probably fucked. Like, that's the worst thing that could happen to you is if your wife or your husband gets killed, because you're going to jail. It's almost a guarantee. Everyone, they're just not even going to investigate anyone else. It was fucking you that did it, right? And most of the time it was, right? But in this case, this woman killed her, and they don't even find out, Bret, because until later on, when the guy's in prison, right, the guy goes to jail, and then her 2 daughters, the dead woman's daughters, want the life insurance money back. She's like, okay, I'll put it in a trust. She puts it in a trust for appearance's sake, and then fucking keeps it all. Never gives it to them. And then, next thing you know, she fucking kills some other dude, right? The guy gets exonerated. They find out he didn't do it. And the guy gets out of jail. And to set this dude up, because she hasn't fucked with his life enough, she then orchestrates. She goes around town, around St. Louis, looking for somebody, pretending to be an executive from Dateline, and it's like, we're going to reenact the 911 call. And a lot of people are like, that's fucking shady, and they don't do it. And then she finds one guy, he's literally mentally retarded, and she brings him to the house, and they do this 911 call, right? And she's like, oh, I'm being robbed. And then the other guy's like, fuck you, bitch. Like, it's all acting. Like, and the guy thinks this is for Dateline. Well, she fucking kills him, Bret. She fucking kills him. And then she puts a fucking note in his pocket that pretends to be from the guy who went to jail for murder of his wife, right? To frame him. Again, like, she can't stop fucking with this guy. And she's willing to literally kill another retarded guy in order to send that guy back to jail. And then her fucking mother dies. Her own mother dies because she has a life insurance policy for $1 million a month or so later. And she fucking killed her too. She killed 3 fucking people. Like, this is the most psychotic bitch I've ever seen in my life. So now, when I see this, I'm like, the prosecutor that sent the guy to jail, I'm like, fuck her. She slept with the cop that was investigating it all. And so I go on her page and I call her a whore under a picture of her grandson. And now she's like threatening to sue me. So I got Dateline beef, like I said, with some DA from, whatever. So anyway, that's my Dateline story.
Who narrated that one?
It was this guy. It was this one. The guy, because they got like 4. There's like Lester Holt. It was this one. That guy. Who's this one? Keith Morrison. That was it. Yeah.
Let's see it. Is that the old dude with the white hair?
Yes, the old dude with the white hair. Exactly. That's
him. He's the bald. He's like, how did that knife get in the bitch? Yes. And where was the dog?
I fucking love Dateline. I love Lester Holt on there. Like, I love it. I fucking love it. I can't get enough of it. So anyway, I mean, look at it. She looks like she's like the crazy chick in prison that's already, I don't know if you watch Orange is the New Black. She's like the Red. She's like the one that like has formed a cult already of like, vulnerable, junky 25-year-olds that just do her bidding. You know what I mean? Like crazy bitch. Anyway, that's that. All right. Why don't we go on to a little Ask Turtle Boy here? We got to as many things as we can get to now. And
that's our usual.
Yeah. Yeah, good show so far, hour and a half. Yeah. Why don't we ask any questions you guys have? Let me know. Unc lives to be the first comment on the CNN post. I am very good at that. I'm very good at that. Trolling. NBC is like my new enemy. I fucking hate NBC and their rapist culture there with Matt Lauer. They did a hit piece on Barstool a couple weeks ago, Huffstool rather, which I love when people go after Huffstool for being like sexist because it's like, you don't even understand. They're like PC now, dude. Stop it. I wish somebody would write a hit piece on us. I'm waiting for that day. It's like, can somebody write a hit piece on us, please? You know, they're getting all this free. It's like free advertisement for your website when NBC writes a hit piece on you. And if all NBC writes a hit piece on Barstool, and it's like, bitch, you employed Matt Lauer. Matt fucking Lauer. Like, you covered for Harvey Weinstein. Like, what are you talking about?
Yeah, and, you have no room.
And let's not forget, you had a hit TV show about Bill fucking Cosby. And everybody knew about Bill Cosby the whole time. Yeah. So, anyway, let's go back to the questions here.
Question. Yeah. I'm getting someone. Casey DeMello asked how's Pick'em and Fantasy going this week. I don't know about yours, but I'm 4-1 until today. I'm getting mauled today for some reason. Well, I'll be 4-2. How's yours going?
5-6 today because I forgot about the London game. I missed it. I was gonna pick Carolina too, but I missed that one. So I went 5-6. But I'm still Leah Genduso's abortion is still solidly in first place. Thank you.
Pittsburgh shitting on the Chargers right now.
For Unc to lick his lips. There you go.
Lick your lips.
I can lick lips.
Dude, we're gonna have to do a special Wednesday show.
I know.
Where just people giving money to watch you do fucked up
lick
shit.
Lick my own titties. Yeah.
And we'll tell the rest of me fucking my counselor story. While they tell you to do shit like lip your lips.
Oh, this is going to get X-rated real quick. This is going to get X-rated. Oh, it's hot. People are telling me. Oh, good God.
No dicks or nothing.
Somebody says, I'm a new turtle rider. Just wondering if any one of you guys are going to do some investigating on the Enrique from Auditing America. Yes, new turtle rider. We've done several on Enrique. Bristol went hard on him like about a month or so ago. So Google his name on our site, and you will find out plenty on Enrique.
Boy after dark.
Yes. Are you going to do the Monday Sports Podcast? Yes, tomorrow I'm going to start my Monday Sports Podcast. I expect the audience to be small and ratings to be terrible, but I don't give a shit because I just like talking about sports. We're going to be doing mostly NFL-related stuff, top 5, bottom 5, shit like that. If you don't like sports, that's fine. You don't have to listen to it, but I'm talking about sports anyway, tomorrow night, so 9:30.
Time? 9:30? Who's on tomorrow night? Who's Monday night game?
Tomorrow. You know? Is San Diego playing right now?
Yeah, they're getting shit beat by the Steelers.
I can't remember off the top of my head then. I forget. Maud or...
You know playing Monday tomorrow?
Yeah. I'm not sure. People are saying, have you seen Clive's new Worcester chat? No. I'm not going to Clive's new stupid website.
All right, hey, you got to use a lisp. Read the next question in a lisp. Because you already got $20, but I'll use a lisp.
I did? Okay. All right, so... Okay. Have you heard from the ADA that threatened you after Charlotte McFarland case? No, I have not heard back from her yet. I tried to file a complaint with Rachel Rowland's office, but, they never called me back. I'm, really disappointed because, I thought Rachel Rowland stood for justice, but I guess they're for harassment of innocent civilians, and they cover for their own. So, yeah, there we go. Yeah.
Hey, someone said it. I can't see the name now. Green Bay, Detroit is tomorrow.
Green Bay, Detroit. Yeah, that's actually a good game, actually. Detroit coming off a bye. That could be a good one. Let's see. What else are people saying? Talk about boxing. There's not much to talk about. I mean, you see Canelo's fighting up at 175, Bret. You a boxing fan?
A little bit.
Yeah.
Who's that?
The Ginger Mexican?
I've been watching him.
Deontay, he's awesome, yeah. But
Tyson Fury.
Canelo Alvarez is what was the up-and-comer. He's only lost to Floyd a few years ago, Ginger Mexican, and he's fighting He's a normally fights at 150, 155. He's fighting up at 175. These guys can just gain 20 pounds like that, which means he's gonna get his fucking ass kicked. You know what I mean? You can't just go up 20 pounds like a freak show. Like if Floyd Mayweather went up 20 pounds, he would and fought Andre Ward or something like that. He'd get fucking murdered.
You hate UFC, huh? Or
I hate it, man. I can't get in. Dude, it's so homoerotic. It's just everybody's wearing a Speedo and they're like wrestling and shit. The guy's dick is in his crotch. Like it's fucking weird. I can't get into it. It's like this. Yeah. I like boxing. Boxing's fucking the all-American sport. I love boxing.
Someone asked for an update on fucking Failure Swift.
I get emails once in a while from my ACLU attorney. It's just in the. They're filing a motion to amend the motion. I don't know what the hell's going on, but I don't worry about that one too much because it's all taken care of. You know what I mean? Like, so whatever. Do you read the comments on your blog at all time? No, I hardly ever read the comments on the blog. I know Bristol does and Sasha Turtle Girl does and others have.
No,
and they get all butthurt about them.
See, I've heard people ask this a bunch of times, and there was some fucking cock monkey in the comments on one of the latest blogs on the website fucking around about this. Now, you read them on Facebook and shit.
Yeah, I read them on Facebook. Right? I don't read them on the blog.
Just as toxic as Facebook is, it's even worse on YouTube because everyone hides like a little bitch.
Yeah.
They run their fucking cum catches with no fucking repercussions.
Yeah, it's like 4chan kind of. Yeah.
Bristol had to tell me to stop reading them because I'd be texting her at fucking noon.
Yeah.
Sometimes 8 in the morning. You see what that piece of shit cat lover 28 said about us, that motherfucker, and I get all pissed off.
Yeah, exactly. Did you see what this person said? Yeah. So I mean, I'm kind of the same way, I
read all the ones even when I'm banned on Facebook. I know you read them on Facebook.
Yeah.
It's just the YouTube ones. It gets too much, man. It's too much. Too many fakes.
Yeah, I mean, somebody says the blog comments are a cesspool. They are. I mean, it's like I can't take, and it's like when you give people complete anonymity, they're gonna say fucked up shit, and I support that. That's why I'm just not gonna. I mean, social justice warriors should take note. You could just not read them. Like I'm just not. I don't feel like there's a lot. I sometimes I'll go and read them. Sometimes I'll read them, and I am. Like I'm happy to see that like the fucked up people get downvoted a lot, and the sane people get upvoted a lot. But it's all anonymous on there. It's like I can't contact you if I want to contact you if you say something I agree with, whatever, etc. So one
of your admins asked about the 50 caliber case there, the guy that sent the fucking bullet and the Facebook posts and all that shit. You know what he's talking about?
No, I don't. I don't remember.
Yeah, the guy sent you a picture of a 50 caliber fucking.
Oh, that guy, Dan Astle.
Yeah, what's up with that one?
I think it's like October 23rd. I want to say something like that. I got a 2-for-1 at Leominster District Court. Charlotte McFarland and Dan Astle are being arraigned. Both of them. They give me a 2-for-1. So I'm going in there on that date. The Holden police filed charges against both of them. So, good question. I'll be back in my favorite courthouse. Yeah.
Meredith said a few bucks.
Yeah.
Bret's a fool.
Yeah.
Thanks, Meredith.
Let's see. What else are people saying? Any other questions you guys have?
Every time someone says TikTok, I'm doing 2 shots.
What does that mean? Why do people say TikTok? What does that even mean?
It's catching on because that's what I call retards now.
Oh, TikToks. That's right.
And if you ever want to know why, just Google your mom's or on YouTube.
Yeah.
Search your mom's house TikToks. Yeah. You'll see why.
Yeah, people are talking about like don't say that about MMA. It's like MMA is like sharks for me.
I love it. He just
right.
Like
well, most people like MMA. I think I'm in the minority here that I prefer boxing to MMA. I'm also in the minority that I prefer no sharks to sharks, and no seals to seals. I think there's a lot of things that most turtle grinders would disagree with me with, and that's fine. We can all agree to disagree. But I'm going to speak my mind, you're going to speak yours, and that's it. All right.
After this big events, I'll come on your sports one and discuss the latest UFC pay-per-views.
Yeah, I wouldn't even know what to say. Like, dude, that guy knocked that motherfucker out. Wouldn't even know what to say.
I gotta go. All right, anyone else got any more questions? I gotta go see how much I can sue Stetson for.
Yeah.
Because I'm broken.
Yeah.
Jane Wickman, you broke me, you bitch.
All right. Any other questions, guys?
Love Sharks, good views. Bret needs Drunk History Style rant channel. No, I just get sued all the time like Gunk does.
Right, all right, yeah. All right, guys. If we don't have any more questions to recoup the 30% of YouTube, Robert. Oh, thank you very much, man. I just been very, very, very generous tonight. I appreciate that. All right, cool. All right, guys. If we don't have any more questions, yeah, Jason Garrett needs to go. How about them boys? Yeah, we'll talk more about this on the show tomorrow. It's fucking great seeing them loose, huh?
Master Ball.
Nah, I don't hate the Cowboys like everyone else does. I don't hate them that much.
I don't either, but it's just funny that they just paid Zeke all that money and lost to an 0-4 Jets.
It's a fucking running back. Yeah, well, and then think about the Jets paid Levy and Bell. I mean, they both suck. They both deserve it. That's what you get for paying running backs. Running backs are like slaves. Like literally, like fucking, like old. I mean, is that racist? Because most of them are.
All right, now since there's no more questions, we're gonna
especially Christian McCaffrey. He's my favorite slave. I just want to put that out there. And Rex Burkhead, he's a slave too. Okay. So anyway, guys, we'll call it a night then on that slavery note, and we will see you all. Maybe we'll see some of you tomorrow for a sports broadcast, and then Tuesday for the regularly scheduled live show. All right. Peace, Totoratus.
Later.